Hey guys, welcome back. It is the 10th of January 2025. Let's talk about it. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment if you want to see me making 600 today in 7 years. And I stream real client stuff, no gatekeeping, no behind the scenes. You're gonna see all the work happening. If you're interested, please make sure to subscribe. All right, so let's get into it. There are no new announcements. I just want to say that I'm keeping things slow and steady for now. And the reason why is because I want to go hard later rather than soon. I don't want to use up too much energy because I'm trying to see how much energy I can use and how I'm doing on less productive days and more productive days. Um, this is something that is not necessary for this content, but I just wanted to mention that that's why some days seems to be a lot of progress and some days seems to be very slow. All right, let's get into the languages. So I'm learning vocabulary for Korean, I'm learning vocabulary for Japanese, and also learning kanji. Things are very slow at this moment, but yeah, don't worry about it. It's just as it is. It's the boring stage of learning a language, right? So yeah, let's get into the bias of today, which is falsification of history. It basically means even though you remember it like it was 10 years ago, your brain copes with a certain way that it seems that it is, even though it might be photographic memory. No, well, not necessarily, but kinda, right? You probably remember where you were maybe at your wedding, or you probably remember your firstborn child, or remember like your first girlfriend or your first kiss, right? Something like that. So you think you know exactly what was going on, but according to the studies, you cope with certain details and stuff. And I will give you an example why this is dangerous. For example, if you go into like I don't know a court, and in the court you have like eyewitnesses, they are very untrustful because they don't. It doesn't seem like as it is. So it will be very reckless if you don't study that. For example, if you have ever seen Better Call Saul, there was a scene that was talking about if the person remembers the witness, the how do you call it, the person that is going to be convicted, and that person actually pointed to the convict, but that allegedly convict, but that this was not true because the convict was actually somewhere in a courtroom and no one recognizes. And this is why your brain is tricking you into things that they don't actually seem what they are. So you have to be very careful for that. Well, how to cope with that? Well, one of the things is actually write it down, right? Or actually take the photograph, right? Something close that it could be what we call in the Netherlands black on white, right? Like on paper. So yeah, let's get into the programming of today. So today in the morning on the stream, we gathered some industries and what the web standards could be to get them up on Google for the SEO. And some of them were very ugly websites, but you know, I can always improve them, right? I'm just checking them out, seeing how they look, and I'm trying to reverse engineer that. So when the time comes for like a real customer, then I can make something like that, right? Also, we approached the flower guy, the flower store, about the websites and those kind of stuff, and not interested. And I will tell you the story. Basically, I went there and I told them like, hey, um, what does these cost, and what like how are you presenting, and do you have a lot of customers and those kind of stuff. And that person said, well, I can use a lot of customers. I'm like, well, I can help you for that, for making a deal. And the deal basically was about like, if you give me customers like clients, then I will make your website for free. That was basically the deal. But he said, no, well, I'm not really interested, those kinds of stuff. And like, are you sure? Because when I went to the store 200 meters ahead, there were at least 3 customers in the store. And that one does have an online presence and it has like more than 100 reviews. Are you sure you are not interested in that? And then he got the doubt. And he's like, oh, really, really? And it's like, well, it's always possible, right? So I told him, like, I gave him my number and said, like, well, you can let me know if you're interested, right? Like I'm not gonna force you, right? I created some doubt, right? And I created an offer, a value proposition, and if you're gonna bite, you're gonna bite. If you don't want to, you don't want to, right? So you don't need to do those stuff. Like I'm not gonna force clients into doing something, right? Um, but yeah, the offer is made. There's enough details. I show the examples of the websites, and so yeah, that is it. And in the evening, what we worked on, one of the goals that we had is like how to make a blog in React.js. And the reason why we did that is because I need to, it's gonna be static, right? It's not gonna be dynamic or anything tied to a CMS or a database or something like that. It's just gonna be static on the website. And the reason why I'm doing that is because then, first reason is that if they want luxury, you have to pay for luxury, right? My clients is not going to be luxury for now, but later on we will learn more in-depth blogging, right? But yeah, it was fairly simple. I got a bit stuck with an argument and where you can have an empty argument and filter it against a existing argument. That was really hard to understand, a bit abstract, but they used that argument somewhere else, and then I understood what was going on. So took a while, but yeah, we got the gist. But I still need to draw it a bit so I can see the connections and I can make it like a blog really fast. But yeah, we at least have a template, so that goal is done for the year, which is actually the first goal done. So yeah, that is it for today. Tomorrow will be about languages, and maybe I will put on stream for something else, but for now this will be it. And so on Sunday I'm probably not gonna go on live, and the reason why is because I have a challenge with a friend of mine learning Elementor. Elementor can be very important because 60% of the Netherlands seems to be on WordPress, maybe even more when it comes to the websites, especially websites when it comes to companies. So yeah, that is definitely a must to learn. I might even go into a job that is actually a developer job or WordPress developer. A lot of people don't consider this as as an as a drag and drop website builder, but basically, yeah, it is called WordPress developer, right? So yeah, I'll round it off here. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment if you want to see me make 600 today in 7 years, and I will see you until the next one.